Mikhail Rubin, deputy editor-in-chief of the investigative news outlet Проект, continues to do his job from outside Russia, like hundreds of other Russian journalists who fled the country following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. In 2021, Проект was included on a Russian government list of undesirable organizations, and its journalists were labeled foreign agents. Rubin weathered years of threats over Проект's coverage of President Vladimir Putin's inner circle before leaving in 2021. First, a high-ranking official warned Rubin that what he was doing was dangerous. Next, unknown men broke into his parents' apartment, screaming, "Isn't your son ashamed to sell out his homeland?" Then police raided Rubin's apartment in June 2021 and placed his passport in front of him.
I took it as a hint and decided not to test my fate after that.
Ekaterina Fomina, a journalist at the investigative portal called iStories, also left Russia. Russian authorities labeled the media outlet a foreign agent in 2021, and 2 days before the war, it was added to the list of undesirable organizations. After learning about the listing in March, members of iStories' team unanimously decided to leave Russia. But Fomina adds leaving Russia was never her plan. At first, she was uneasy about iStories being labeled an undesirable, but that soon changed. The mass killings in Bucha, Ukraine, became the turning point.
I realized that the enemies of the people, criminals, extremists, and undesirables are not us. So I don't care what the Russian Federation calls me, because I know that Russia, its governments and authorities are actual terrorists and enemies of the people, not us.
Organizations on the so-called undesirables list are prohibited from working in Russia, and those that continue to help these organizations can face administrative penalties or criminal charges. Fomina says that despite the risks, Russians inside the country are reaching out to the team.
Because of this war, people are terrified, but they are ready to share what they know, tell stories about lawlessness that takes place in Russia.
As of late October, at least 12 journalists are facing charges in Russia related to the war coverage and face up to 10 years in prison. Galina Arapova, senior media lawyer and director at the Mass Media Defense Center, says Russia has been intentionally passing vague laws.
Censorship has gone rogue, so laws and regulations are being changed to have a chance to target anyone if the need arises.
In many cases, this strategy has worked. Hundreds of journalists have left Russia since the start of the war, but that hasn't stopped many of them from doing their job. For Anush Avetisyan in Washington, Anna Rice, VOA News.
تمشي